Caught my wife cheating, then she demanded the house in alimony. You owe me, she hissed. I was speechless. Then I showed her lawyer the prenup. Her parents secretly forced me to sign. Her demands vanished instantly. I, Ethan, 32M, am still processing this whole damn mess. Married 5 years to Kendall, 30F. We met in college. She had this energy, you know? Came from money. Doctors, lawyers, the whole 9 yards. Comfortable. Me? Different world. Scholarship, juggling jobs, lived on instant noodles. Her parents, Cynthia and Gregory, always treated me with this polite skepticism, like they were waiting for me to screw up. Before the wedding, they pulled me aside. The prenup talk. It wasn't about protecting us. It was about protecting Kendall's future inheritance, potential family gifts, from me. They were polite but firm. They even paid for a lawyer for me, some guy who basically glanced at it and said it was standard for wealthy families protecting assets. It felt degrading, honestly, like a vote of no confidence before we even started. But I loved Kendall. Wanted to marry her. So I signed the damn thing, figuring it'd just be forgotten paperwork. Huge mistake not recognizing the red flag, I guess. Or maybe not, considering how things turned out. Life went on. I worked my ass off in tech sales, started doing well. We bought a house 2 years back. Her parents made a big show of gifting Kendall a chunk for the down payment, all documented to keep it her separate property, naturally. I paid the mortgage, taxes, insurance, covered the renovations from my income. Thought we were building a life. Last Tuesday shattered that illusion. Got back early from a work trip. Walked into our bedroom and, found Kendall with Bryce, 30 a guy from her book club. There wasn't yelling, just this sudden icy silence in my head. The world tilted. Bryce grabbed his clothes and teleported out. Kendall started crying, clutching the sheets. Kendall. Ethan, wait. It's a misunderstanding. It's not what it looks like. Me. Voice came out flat. Dead. Really? Because it looks like you're naked in our bed with another man. Get dressed. We need to talk. The talk was painful. Lots of tears. Hers. Initially, some weak attempts at apology. It was a terrible mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. But zero real accountability. I told her, calmly, that it was over. Irrevocably. The trust was obliterated. She stayed at her parents' for 2 days. Then she came back yesterday while I was trying to work from home. My concentration is shot. She sat down at the kitchen island, looking pale but defiant. Kendall. So, what happens now, Ethan? With everything. Me. We get divorced, Kendall. Kendall. Takes a shaky breath. Okay. Okay. But I need stability. I can't just be thrown out. This house. I need the house. Me. Staring at her. You need the house? After what you did in it? Kendall. Anger flashing. Don't you dare try to blame this all on me. Maybe if you weren't working constantly. I built a home here. Supported you when you were struggling. My parents helped buy this place. Me. Supported me? I paid the bills, Kendall. Your parents gifted you money, which you kept separate. Kendall. Voice rising. The entitlement finally breaking through the fake vulnerability. And what about alimony? I have a certain lifestyle. I sacrificed my own ambitions for this marriage. You think I can live on my gallery job salary? You owe me, Ethan. It was like a switch flipped. The initial, flimsy remorse evaporated, replaced by pure, unadulterated entitlement, probably after her parents coached her. Cynthia called later that evening. Less direct support than Kendall probably hoped for initially. More like, Ethan, this is dreadful. Kendall is beside herself. But we need to be practical. She needs support during this transition. We trust you'll do the right thing by her. Gregory's email was blunter, basically implying my career benefited from their connections, and I shouldn't forget that. The implication was clear. Make this easy. Pay up. I was floored. The betrayal, then this immediate pivot to demands? It's nauseating. Takes real effort not to just scream, you know? Feel sick to my stomach most of the time. Haven't mentioned the prenup. Not yet. Need a clear head. Talking to lawyers next week. Gotta play this smart, not loud. Anyone else dealt with this kind of whiplash from remorse to pure greed? Feels like I married a stranger. SMH. Update. 10 days after initial post. Okay, deep breaths. It's been a rough 10 days. Hired Jessica, a divorce lawyer who seems allergic to bullshit. Perfect. I laid out the whole story, showed her the prenup. Her eyebrows went up. Well, isn't this interesting? She murmured. Kendall's parents insisted on this? Oh, the irony is thick. She confirmed it looks strong. Clear clauses on separate property, alimony waiver. She warned they might try to challenge it. Lawyers always try something. Maybe claim I pressured Kendall, or it's unconscionable, but she thinks it's a long shot given her parents were the driving force and provided her counsel back then. Her advice? Stay quiet about it for now. Document everything. Kendall's still here, making the house atmosphere toxic. Lots of passive-aggressive sighs, accidentally playing sad songs loudly. She claims she's looking for places but needs time. Meanwhile, I feel like a prisoner in my own home. Her friend Avery sent me a long, guilt-tripping text about how Kendall is heartbroken and I'm being cruel by making demands, like asking the woman who cheated on me to eventually leave. The parental pressure ramped up. Cynthia and Gregory must have gotten over any initial shock about the cheating, if they ever felt any, and are now in full protect Kendall's lifestyle mode, daily calls. Ethan, you need to provide for her. Don't let bitterness cloud your judgment. Think about the life she's accustomed to. It takes every ounce of self-control not to hang up screaming. Then she pulled a stunt. Came home last Thursday. Key didn't work. My heart sank. Saw a locksmith van leaving. Raced around back. Saw Kendall through the window, looking smug. Confronted the locksmith as he was getting in his van. Me. Did you just change the locks on that house? Locksmith. Nervous. Yeah, the lady said. Me. Did she show you proof of ownership, or just claim she lived there? Locksmith. She lives there, showed me mail. Me. I live here too. I'm on the deed, the mortgage. She tried to illegally lock me out. Had to clench my fists to keep my voice steady. Kendall. Appearing at the door. Ethan. Stop harassing him. I told you I don't feel safe. Me. To locksmith. You need proof of ownership or a court order for an eviction lockout. Show him the deed, Kendall. Oh wait, you can't, because my name is primary. Showed the locksmith my ID and digital deed copy. He went pale, realizing the legal mess he almost stepped in. Apologized profusely to me, quickly restored the old lock, and got out of there like the house was on fire. Kendall was incandescent with rage, shouting about how I humiliated her. Called the non-emergency line immediately, got an incident number documenting the attempted illegal eviction. Officer came, took the report, looked bored, standard procedure, confirmed to Kendall she couldn't lock me out, civil matter, etc. Paper trail is key. The sheer nerve is astounding. It's like living in a parallel universe where cheating means you get rewarded. The numbness is gone, replaced by this simmering rage and a grim sense of purpose. Jessica is logging everything. The calls, the texts, the locksmith incident. Lawyer meeting next week. Kendall, her lawyer, us. Can't wait to see their faces when Jessica unveils the document her own parents insisted upon. The countdown begins. Final update. It's over. Pouring a large whiskey because damn, I earned it. The air in the house finally feels clean. The meeting last week, wow. Held at Jessica's office. Me, Jessica, Kendall, her lawyer, some slick older guy named Mr. Harding, and yup, Cynthia and Gregory showed up too, for moral support and to ensure fairness. Read. Intimidation in making sure Kendall got the maximum payout. Mr. Harding started, laying out the demands. Forced sale of the house, 50% equity split, plus her parents' down payment gift returned to her first, $5,000 month alimony for 5 years, half my retirement funds from the last 5 years, the newer car. He tried to sound reasonable, talking about Kendall's contributions, lifestyle maintenance, the usual spiel. He even vaguely acknowledged the prenup existed, but hinted they might challenge its validity or interpretation regarding alimony given the circumstances. Kendall looked nervous but determined, her parents nodding along. Jessica listened patiently, letting him finish. Then, she calmly distributed copies of the prenup. Jessica. Mr. Harding, while we appreciate your client's position, this prenuptial agreement, initiated and insisted upon by Mr. and Mrs., her parents' last name, here, seems quite clear on these points. Perhaps you can show me where it allows for alimony waiver to be overturned due to infidelity by the party seeking support, or where it suggests separate property contributions to the marital home should be treated as joint equity. Mr. Harding scanned the document, his face tightening. Kendall went white. Cynthia started shifting in her seat. Mr. Harding, clearing his throat. Well, regarding Clause 7C, the alimony waiver, we could potentially argue. Jessica, cutting him off smoothly. You could, but given that both parties had independent counsel, full financial disclosure was made, as appendices show, and the party now seeking to invalidate it is the one whose parents demanded it, the threshold for unconscionability or duress seems unlikely to be met. Wouldn't you agree? She then pointed to the clauses detailing how separate property contributions, like my mortgage payments from my salary and her parents' gift to her, would be treated upon dissolution. Mr. Harding visibly deflated. He knew he had nothing. Kendall finally snapped. Kendall, voice low, shaking with fury, directed at me. You planned this. You let me sign that knowing this would happen. Me, meeting her gaze, tired but firm. No, Kendall. Your parents planned this to protect you. You cheated. You demanded things you weren't entitled to even without the prenup, let alone with it. This isn't my plan. This is the consequence laid out in the document you and your parents wanted. Cynthia sputtered. This isn't fair. We need to fight this. Gregory just glared, silent and furious. Mr. Harding looked like he wanted to crawl under the table, likely annoyed at being blindsided by his own client's family history. He mumbled something about needing to confer with his client. The fallout demands vaporized. Mr. Harding called Jessica the next day. All major demands withdrawn. They knew they had no leverage. Move out. Kendall was out in under a week. No fight left in her. Heard she's back in her childhood bedroom at mommy and daddy's. The awkwardness must be epic. Locks changed, done by a professional who checked my ID and the deed carefully. Peace of mind is priceless. The house. Jessica walked Mr. Harding through the financials and prenup clauses again. My documented mortgage payments, taxes, etc., came from my separate income. Her parents' gift remains her separate property interest, like a lien. But the vast majority of the equity built during the marriage is tied to my contributions, protected as my separate property growth under the prenup's specific terms. Mr. Harding couldn't argue it. I'm keeping the house. Her parents essentially helped me secure my house. Oh, the delicious, unintended irony. Social fallout. The story is out. Cheating is bad enough, but the entitled demands followed by the prenup smackdown? Brutal. Mutual friends are distancing themselves. Avery apparently texted Kendall and, "I told you this was messy" message and hasn't been in touch since. Bryce? Vanished like smoke. His loss. Parental fallout. Rumor has it Cynthia and Gregory are deeply embarrassed. Not just by Kendall's behavior, but by how their own strategy backfired so spectacularly and publicly. They look controlling and incompetent. Heard things are frosty between them and Kendall. Divorce. Finalized. Proceeding uncontested on the prenup terms. Minimal cost, minimal fuss now. Sold her abandoned junk. Sent a small check for her share of the few truly joint items we had. Blocked them all. The quiet in the house is still strange sometimes. There's an ache, a sadness for the future I thought we had. But mostly? Relief. And exhaustion. That constant tension. The fight. It took a toll. Starting therapy was a good call. Reconnecting with people who actually care about me. It wasn't about a dramatic revenge. It was about facing reality. Her choices. Her entitlement. Her parents' interference. It all led here. The prenup they created became the tool of consequence. I just enforced the terms they wrote. Feels like justice, quiet and definitive. Time to heal and build something new. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel.